Well, what do we have here? Got some wheels to clean. And true. Yep. And we're going to take these beautiful carbon wheels and put some extra something something on the end. If you know what I mean. Something slick after this.
Welcome to I Know a Guy Bicycles, hanging out with a guy. Hi, I'm Justin the Guy. Obviously, I have a garage shop. Take scary how to use one bike at a time. If you want to be kept up to date on latest projects and topics, please like and subscribe.
So we got our wheel, and the hub is super smooth, not wiggly at all. I did cleaned it in the tank, and it's still a little wet, peeing a little bit on me, but you know, it'll eventually work itself out. Hopefully, after it starts raining, when I shed all this. But we're going to clean the rim and true the wheel if need be. And then, well, you know, we're going to do a ceramic coating on top of it. So let's check it out. That's what the beautiful part of the truing stand is be able to inspect and true. So what we do is grab ourselves. I use a surface cleaner from Lithium to do parts of pre-treating. By doing that, it actually cleans the surface area and also opens up any kind of pores or removes any chemicals, as I've already cleaned this with in the tank with basically dish soap. Always light and polite, nothing too aggressive on any of my cleaning agents. Only if I do, they're very concentrated in small parts. So yeah, that's where we're gonna go with this on this. So we're gonna floss it. Also do the spokes. Kind of get any kind of extra grime that I may have missed. Then we do the hub on both sides. Well, the reason being is I'm cleaning, I'm also inspecting, and as I'm pulling through these spokes, I'm feeling if there's any irregular surface areas, like if it's been bent or damaged. So that's kind of an extra bonus when you're doing some cleaning here. You're also inspecting inherently, even though if you're not knowing it or not. And you can hear my parts in the back. I'm doing this as well as multitasking and cleaning parts. That's where the ultrasonic part is really good. So that's where the skewers are being cleaned right now. So once we get the surface clean, then we want to check the rim and make sure it's true. This guy I think is pretty true right out of the gate. I'm not going to have to do too much to it because this one has the internal spoke wrenches. So I'll have to take the tire and the tube off to true this, which has already been done. So not going to go through a truing lesson on these particular guys, but that's what has been already entailed. And once that surface area is clean as we speak, then it's time to, you guessed it, adding a ceramic coating. The ceramic coating, I use these little pads. I get them from Walmart. You can also get them from Amazon or what have you, but the ones that are pliable like so. That way I can apply this coating. As you can see, it leaves a dark shine to the exposed coated carbon, and then I do the other side. And I also will floss this as well. I will be doing 2 coats of the ceramic slam from Lithium. You can use other kind of ceramic coatings as well. Yeah, you don't have to be particularly partial to this one, but I found this one to work really well, and it stacks really well too. But there's a lot of different grades, and it all depends what's in your budget. But anything is going to actually be better than nothing in this case, because typically nobody really pays attention to the wheels in the sense of cleaning. Well, they may clean them, but they may not add any protection to it, like you would think with the frame or other various parts of the bike. So wheels are usually neglected quite a bit. And what's important about wheels is they're a third of your bike, and also they are your rotational weight. That's what holds you up. And if you're doing any kind of improvement on your bike, the wheels are usually the first thing that somebody wants to do. because it cuts down that rotational weight, that kind of thing. So we're going to let this sit and dry for 5 minutes. Then we're going to apply another coating to this. Alrighty, so I like to give it a good little wipe down. Feel that smoothness of the first layer of the ceramic slam. And then I'll apply the second coating to it and let it sit for another 5 to 10 minutes. And as you can hear, I am multitasking, flip-flopping back and forth from each coating to cleaning parts. So this gives me a very efficient multitasking back and forth, believe it or not. And this does have a matte finish to it, and also ceramic coatings are fine for a matte paint job. You're not going to get an extra shine. Just be careful when you're doing detailing and buffing those particular parts. You might buff that actual matte finish down, but in this case it's going to be just fine. And it's kind of like an anodizing on the hub on this one. So we're going to go ahead and apply a second layer. This is again called stacking, and what that means is basically you're putting a second coat on top of it to kind of double, or actually doubling, the protection. And the reason I do that is, one, you get added protection. Second, it basically gives me an opportunity to make sure I catch all the parts at least once, if not twice. So it's kind of a catch-all, and one of those things that you just want to make sure you're not missing anything when you're doing something like this. You start tearing it all down and get to all these parts and so forth, which you can do yourself fairly easily, doing the wheels and also the frame. And I'll need to feature that one of these days of just doing the coating, cleaning and the coating of a bike. But for now, this is part of the massive tune-up that I'm doing on this particular bike, the higher end tune-up, which I call the guy's magic, which I'm doing pulling out all the stops, right? As a mechanic, you're pulling out all the stops, making sure everything is right 100% before we go forward on this. So, all right, now we're gonna let it sit. Then there's extra something I do to prep it after it dries, after this. Now, final results of a gorgeous ceramic slam, ceramic coating. Yeah, so that's where we get this guy to be super high protected polish. It has a gloss on it and enhances the gloss. And it doesn't really make it the matte finish. It makes it more of a deeper color, not necessarily causes it to polish up. So it really gives that level of protection. And yeah, boy. Ooh, look at that shine. All right, so at this stage, the rim is protected, the hub and spokes. But we don't want to have that ceramic coating on the rim area where the brake pads are going to hit, right? You don't want them to be not smooth. So what you do is take a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Not much, put on a clean rag, and you want to just hit the surface, just the brake surface alone. What that does is equally clean it and actually removing any ceramic coating that actually covered that rim well area. And you do both sides. And that way, when it dries, you have a perfectly good braking surface. And also, when you're doing this, you're inspecting and feeling the rim brake area. And rim brakes, they do wear down the area of the rim, so it's no longer straight. It kind of concaves in. And what that does is kind of weaken the rim wall. So that's just a little thing to look for on used bikes or on your current bike. And the last thing I like to do is put a little tire protection gloss. I always spray this onto the rag first, like a little dribble there, and then I kind of massage it into the tire so I'm not exposing it to the rim area for braking, and that gives it the extra shine. So there you have it. That's how I detail a frame or wheel and the spokes and the hub, and also clean the rim surface and prep the tire. Tires on these, the SPI is going to be on the side. How much pressure you're going to put in there is going to be determined by that. Usually you find that range of riding, a little bit lower pressure will give you a little more give, more comfortable ride. Higher pressure, more efficient and faster. So you want to find that happy medium in between. And on to the next wheel and check out these beautiful results. Thanks for hanging out with me in the garage. Comment below if there's something special that you do to your wheels when you're getting all prepped and cleaned up yourself, and any other tidbits and tricks that you may know of as well. Thank you for hanging out with me in the garage. Other information is in the description below as well. If it's beautiful in your neck of the woods, please go for a ride. But before you leave, check out these beautiful pictures.